Okay, let's get into this one right here. What a disaster last night for the Mavs. A disaster. Whew, I don't know where to start. First of all, I'm going to say between Gafford and Lively, they had one foul. Your last line of defense had one foul between both of them. Wow. Whew. Look, man, I'm going to tell you something. This is what I don't like about this new NBA. Many guys are useless on these teams. They cannot create their own shots. They just can't. If they're not open for a spot up three, when the ball is when the I don't know what you want to call it. Let's just say a pick and roll, a screen, a guy driving to the basket, and the defender collapses off his guy and throws it to the open guy with the three. Man, I just seen too many times on the Mavs when these guys get the ball, other than Kyrie and Luka, and a guy is defending them, they can't do nothing. They can't do nothing. They have to find a way to throw the ball around again and again. They cannot create their own shots. They can't drive and hit a mid-range shot. A lot of these guys are useless on these NBA teams. Now, you got guys on Boston like Drew Holiday, like Tatum, like Brown. These guys can drive and get their own shots. Porzingis. These guys can create and get their own shots to the rim. Other than Luka and Kyrie, the rest of that team is useless. They're just spot-up shooters. They can't do nothing else. They can't drive to the basket to pull up and hit a mid-range or just drive to the basket. A lot of these guys are useless. Look, Kyrie, he's stinking it up. He's stinking it up. I don't know what to say about this guy. This guy could have came. I don't care if they would have lost both of these games as long as he put up the points. They've been shutting them down. Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, shut them down. Didn't hit a three last night. This guy's been horrible. And the fact that he does nothing else, he can't get you no rebounds at a high level or a medium level. He can't get you no assist at a high level. He doesn't really play defense. I don't know, bro. I don't know. And I got to take back some of the stuff I said about Jaylen Brown earlier this year. Not fully, because I still don't believe he deserved the highest contract in the NBA, even though it comes when this contract is over. It's an extension. So by the time then, he might not be paid. He might not be the highest paid player in the league, but he didn't have he's not a number one. He might be now, but at the time, he didn't warrant that type of contract. Not top 10 and nothing per game. Now, he is a great player, but ultimately, I think a number one should be getting that type of money. And that leaves us with Tatum. What's going on with Tatum? You know, these people, like Uncut Hoops, every time their guy doesn't do good, they try to change the story or try to change the narrative that they had. He ain't bashing on Kyrie. Now he ain't bashing on Tatum. He wasn't bashing on, what's her name? Old girl when she came to the WNBA and stunk it up. No. He don't want to keep that same energy for these guys. Caitlin Clark. You ain't heard a mention about her since she came into the WNBA, but he was riding her coattail. You know, these guys are all about views. They ain't about real basketball, man. Then he tried to put something out on Nick Wright, talking about Tatum. Look, Tatum, he's been playing like garbage. You could say he's been playing worse than Kyrie almost. The guy is shooting a brick fest. And then last night, Mike Breen tried to make it about, oh yeah, Tatum talks about it's about a team effort. Yes, it's always about a team effort. This guy's been stinking it up, bricking it up, No way he wins Finals MVP. And if he does, I don't want to hear. I mean, somebody else does. I don't want to hear nothing else about Tatum. This will be the second straight Finals. This guy stunk it up. Drew Holiday talking about at the end of the game, oh yeah, it's because of Tatum. I got all these points and did all this. The man played 45 minutes, played the most minutes of anybody. Yes, he had like 11 assists. He had the ball in his hand more than anybody. He's having a bad series so far. The guy is bricking it up. Whether you like it or not. He's getting outplayed by Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, and Porzingis. Now let's see what happens in the next game, because Porzingis, he might be done. I don't know how much longer he can go. You might want to keep him because this might go to game 7 or something like this. I doubt it, but you want to keep him just in case. I don't think you need him. They couldn't stop. Jaylen Brown was going off in the first half, and then Drew Holiday went off in the second half. Drew Holiday just doing what he wants. They don't have the defense. Let me say this. When your star player can't really defend, makes no defensive teams, isn't a top, I don't know, 20 defensive player, top 50. I mean, yeah, Luka is good, but he's not he's not even a good defender. Kyrie's not a good defender. And the rest of these guys on this team, all they are is defenders. 3D defenders and spot up 3-point guys. That's all they are. They can't get their own shots. If they're not open, it's over. They can't drive like a Drew Holiday. They can't drive like a Tatum or Jaylen Brown or Porzingis. The rest of these guys. So when Kyrie is off, Kyrie was like the what do you do? Like the 5th leading scorer on the floor. We'll see what happens, but I don't think they come back. It's not impossible, but I just don't see them coming back. They don't have the defense. I think they outshot their opponents in these prior series, but they haven't seen. This defense is better than Minnesota's defense. It really is. Boston's defense is better than Minnesota's. And I'm gonna start turning the TV off. It's not even worth listening to. I love Mike Bream. He's great. But I can't listen to J.J. Redick and Dorisberg. They're not making this historical. At least if this series was a blowout, not good, they should make it at least fun to listen to. It's not fun when you listen to these guys. J.J. Redick is nothing but cheap labor. I keep trying to tell you guys, they got rid of all the good people on ESPN because they couldn't afford them. All J.J. Redick is cheap labor. He doesn't move you. Dorisberg is basic. So to me, this series is over. It's not 100% over, but if Tatum don't crank it up and they win this, I don't know what you do, man. I don't know if you get rid of this guy or what. He's just not cutting it. The Mavs aren't even playing great defense. I don't know if the Mavs bench ain't no good. Their starting lineup ain't no good except for Luka, and Luka really can't play lockdown defense or even good defense. Come on now. These guys on Boston are just bigger, faster, and stronger.